is it worth staying in a toxic relationship? Short answer, it depends. Long answer, well, a long answer is a long story. To share a little bit about my experiences with toxic relationships, of course, it also depends on how you define toxic relationship, whether it's verbal, psychological, physical, right? Unfortunately, I have been in all three of those in my past, especially in my younger years. I have grown out of them, or matured, learned all that good stuff. Is it worth staying in a toxic relationship though? In all honesty, I would say no. I would say if you're gonna go back with the person, take some time off and actually work on each other. Take that time off, think things through, try to fix whatever's going on within you, and also if it's a mutual toxic relationship, you also have to see the other person. Like, is the other person, are they changing? And I'm not, cause I was one of those assholes. Like, I would cheat on a girl, lie on a girl, well, lie to a girl, also lie on top of a girl. And,
Oh, no.
and, shut up, dude. I'm trying to be serious about this.
We're really earning our attention for time.
Hey, Ian, leave Ian alone. No, but,
what did I do?
I would always use that excuse to women, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll change, things will be different, right? And so many other times, women, men, whatever you're into, your partner will, at the beginning at least, they will take you back, sometimes repeatedly, right? They'll put up with that shit. And you can put the responsibility on that person too, that, they're not putting their foot down. But I mean, I would say there's a little bit of responsibility on that person's end, but also a lot of more responsibility on the person that's doing the cheating, the lying, so it is kind of like both sides need to work on each other, and also pretty much you gotta transform what you had before, and it has to evolve as you're evolving. Because if you're changing, you're becoming a better person, then so should your chemistry, so should your communication, your trust, your relationship. So that's answering my question. Let me pass it on to Jesus. Jesus, do you believe that you should stay in a toxic relationship?
Well, for me, since I've only been in one toxic relationship before,
I said I was sorry.
You are pretty. We'll talk about this later. In the long run, no. For me, it just wore me out every single time that I would be around this person.
Right.
And they would have, this constant just energy about them, where it's just like, oh, they're only here because, they need something from me, or, they're only here because they see you as like entertainment and stuff like that, because they're bored,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you expend so much energy just trying to be the thing that, you think that they want you to be, right? And it's just like, it's not worth it at the end of the day. I myself, like, started noticing some toxic behaviors that I was doing. And it was like, at that point, I knew it was like, I think it's time to just cut things off. I didn't do it right away, which was my biggest mistake, it took some time, I was kind of afraid to do it, because I still, cared about this person a lot like that. But eventually I talked to I had like a whole like monologue. I talked to a few friends who knew about the situation, and all of them, motivated me to cut this person out of my life. You don't need someone, My mom always told me, you shouldn't need someone in your life. You should just want them in your life. And I just went through with it. And ever since then, I've been really, really happy, And you, Ian?
When he said my mom would told me the Lady Gaga song came up to my mind.
Is it weird? I was thinking about Lady GA at the same time too. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
My mama told me.
But I'm with both of you. I'm definitely with both of you. The answer is definitely just, if it's a toxic, relationship, the immediate notion is to say no. The expanded answer on that is what you said, Ricardo, where it depends on if the parties inside this relationship are willing to make changes in order to make this thing work. And even with what Jesus just said, like, I think sometimes we think it's our partner that's always been, they're just so toxic, they're so toxic. And it does take it takes a big man or a big woman to swallow their own pride and actually look into themselves and realize that I myself have toxic behaviors in the process at the same time. Like, toxicity, it goes not just, the usual verbal, mental and physical. Sometimes it even range just from, even in the realm of, I guess, like education too, where some, partners feel that one is more successful than the other. And then they feel like, oh, I'm less of a man or less than a woman because he's making like six figures in a job. And then I'm just, scraping by. They're always making the decisions for me. It's like a whole network of what toxicity can honestly be. And I feel that exploring all these factors is going to be what determines whether or not this relationship can stay afloat or it needs to be, honestly cut. But, for my answer, definitely it's, the immediate, I wouldn't say at the immediate sign. The immediate sign, it starts, popping up that this is just toxic. Then you probably should at least step back and then start really thinking, is this what I want from my relationship? Is this what I want with my boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever they might be to you? And then once you resolve that, then you can make the decision whether to walk away or not. Because either way it goes, it is going to be a bitter pill to swallow.